Hi friends, Chef Sally here. Today we're going to talk about eating healthy on a budget during COVID and always. Let's talk about smart shopping. Don't be fooled by buzzwords like healthy or natural or wholesome. Those really don't have any nutritional claims. The thing you want to look at is the ingredient list on the backside of the package or the label. Ingredients are listed from greatest to least amount in the food product. This tells us the real story of what's in your food. Let's talk a little bit more about getting that nutritional bang for your buck. Sometimes purchasing canned and frozen things can really help extend your food dollars and give you some great nutritional options. So things like canned tuna, canned sardines, right? Good sources of protein, and they keep the budget in check. Tomatoes, so whole tomatoes, diced tomatoes, tomato puree, things like that. Great way to put some things in your pantry that will last a long time. You can purchase them when they're on sale, so you get a good value for your dollar. Same thing with canned vegetables like pumpkin or squash or things like that. Great way to save money when they're on sale and stock up the pantry. One of my favorite things, dried beans, right? These are very inexpensive. Again, back with my Instapot and my crock pot, I can turn them into a meal pretty quickly. And keeping some seasonings on hand, like maybe a miso soup or maybe chicken broth or vegetable broth or beef broth. Those things are great for flavoring foods as well. Soups or sauces or gravies. Also, don't forget about frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables, plain frozen vegetables, mind you, those things are picked at peak nutritional value and blast frozen and then packaged. So those are a great way to get frozen fruits and vegetables in their off season and help keep the price in a good line for your budget. Grocery shop and meal plan with a purpose. Staying organized can really help. Make a grocery list or keep track of what you use throughout the course of the week. Maybe just write things down as you run out of them during the week so that you have a focused plan. Because we all know when you get to the grocery store without a plan, you impulse shop and buy things you don't need. That doesn't work. Another thing I like to do is I plan my weekly menu. And sometimes I just keep a running tab of things that I want to try, and then when I eat them, I cross them off my list. But that meal planning really makes a big difference. And when you're shopping, think about using the coupon. You can also use the flyers that come from the grocery stores to help with your planning. Things go on sale on a regular basis in some of the grocery stores. Did you know that meats go on sale usually about once a month? So you can plan to buy in bulk and then break those down into smaller packages so that you can have them available for use all throughout the month. And you can get them at the best price. Here are a couple things that I prepped ahead so that I could use them in the future. I had a butternut squash in mid-January that I baked off and then I froze into specific containers. You can tell this one, I made sure I put enough for a batch of soup. And then last night, I roasted a bunch of broccoli. I had some with dinner last night. I'll have some on my salad today. Might have enough for maybe one more garnish for a meal later on. But prepping vegetables ahead is really helpful to make sure that you have some nice, tasty vegetables throughout the week. Here are two pieces of equipment that I really like that help me get through the week as well. So I have my crock pot, which I use. I put things in there first thing in the morning. I come home after a long day, voila. I have a tasty beef stew or chicken stew or veggie stew. It's a great way to make things happen while I'm at work. Next star in my kitchen, the Instapot. This is like my favorite new piece of equipment because if I don't have time in the morning to get things done, I have a long day, I come home and I put things in the Instapot, and in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, I have a delicious meal. I might put my veggies, my chicken, and my grains in there and have a one-pot chicken and rice bowl at the end of the cooking time. So again, this is a great piece of equipment, great thing to ask for Christmas or a birthday, and it really helps to shorten meal prep time when you're at the end of a long day. Next, let's take a look at the nutrition facts label. Some of the info that you need to know about the info on the nutrition facts label is, first off, serving size, right? 5 crackers from this box of crackers is 1 serving. So there's 70 calories in 5 crackers. Think about that, because will you only eat 5 crackers at one time? Right, you're not sure. So think about serving size and number of items or pieces or parts per serving. Then as we move down the label, first we'll take a look at fat. Total fat, saturated fat, trans fats. You really want to aim for 0 trans fats. Those are pretty unhealthy. You also want to watch out for saturated fats. This item has no saturated fats, so that's a good thing. Saturated fats are the fats that clog your arteries and your veins, so we don't want that. You want to aim for less than 3 grams of saturated fat per serving. So that's right at the top. Next, let's take a look at sodium content of foods. So this is a soup. This is an instant miso soup. 390 milligrams of sodium. So it's not too bad. We want to aim, and this is for someone with no heart problem, you want to aim for less than 500 milligrams of sodium per serving. You also could look at the percent, which is over on this side, that 16%. We want to aim for less than 20% of the daily value of sodium in a serving of an item. Why do we pay attention to sodium? Again, we want to prevent heart disease and stroke, and so keeping the sodium to a minimum can help with that. And you think, oh wait, I'm young, I don't have to worry about that. Everyone has to worry about sodium. Next thing we'll talk about, dietary fiber. So this is a can of split pea soup, and it's actually a light in sodium item. So this shows dietary fiber, 5 grams. 5 grams is an excellent source of fiber in the diet. 3 grams of fiber, that's considered a good source of fiber. Overall goal for your day, 25 to 38 grams of fiber. 25 grams for the average female, 38 grams for the average male. So you want to try to eat fiber in as many things as possible during the day. Maybe sometime keep track of all the fiber that you eat throughout the day and see if you even get close to the 25 to 38 grams. It's actually kind of difficult. Next thing we'll take a look at, sugar, right? The dietary guidelines just came out with their revision for recommended amounts of sugar. So we want to look for, first off, total sugars and then added sugars. So total sugar, sugar naturally occurs in some foods. This is canned pumpkin. Sugar naturally occurs in pumpkin, that's okay. Sugar naturally occurs in milk, that's okay too. That's called lactose. So what we want to do is make sure that we don't have too many added sugars. And again, dietary guidelines, we want to aim for less than 25 grams added sugar throughout the course of the day. So even though this has some sugar, it doesn't have added sugars. I'm going to compare that to an energy bar that I have. And so this one has total sugars 9 grams. Those 9 grams are added sugars. So you'd include those in that total of 25 grams of sugar or less per day. So think about it. This bar might be something that's delicious, but it has kind of a lot of added sugar. One of my favorite things to do in the winter is to grow greens or herbs on a windowsill. This is a yummy red Russian kale that I grow in my south-facing window. It's delicious. It's a nice little crunchy addition to my salads. and it looks really nice too. And it's a fun project for the kids. So think about growing some greens or some herbs. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great day.